chapter Heredity and Variation is most important. Here Mendels monohybrid ratio, that is 3:1 phenotypic ratio, and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Mendels dihybrid ratio, that is phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1, and genotypic ratio here written here. Actually, fact is that Mendel studied pea plant for their contrasting characters and put forward the three laws of heredity, that is law of dominance, law of segregation, and law of independent assortment. Mendel's first law, that is law of dominance, says that the dominant character expressed in F1 generation, while recessive character is suppressed in F1 generation. Dominant character always express itself in F1 generation. And here, law of segregation states that each and every character segregate separately, show their characteristics in F1 and F2 generation. Here, Mendel studied on pea plant for the 7 contrasting characters, that is tall contrast dark, round contrast wrinkled, yellow contrast green, etc. Here, offspring production through reproduction show greater variation. Which type of reproduction produces different types of offspring? Sexual. Why? In the sexual reproduction, combination of characteristics of chromosomes takes place from male and female partner. That's why combination causes the variation. And in asexual reproduction, what happens? Like a parent, offsprings are produced. There is no variation or very small variations of this. Here, offspring produced through sexual reproduction show greater variation. Next, chromosomes are mainly made up of nucleic acids and proteins. Histone proteins are there and nucleic acids. Here, chromosomes consist, the structure of chromosomes like this. In dividing stage, the chromosomes get condensed and show two sister chromatids and central part, which is called as centromere. And these chromosomes are compactly filled with genetic material, small piece that is called as gene, and that genes are made up of DNA. Structure of DNA, we already studied the structure of DNA. That DNA consists sugar, phosphate strands, and middle weak hydrogen bonds are there. Connect the nitrogen bases like adenine always pairs with thymine, guanine always pairs with cytosine. In between guanine and cytosine, 3 weak hydrogen bonds are there. In between adenine and thymine, 2 weak hydrogen bonds are there. And this DNA, structure of DNA, shows that many nucleotides arranged one by one. Here, sugar, phosphate, one nitrogen base. Here, sugar, phosphate, another nitrogen base. That means nucleotide, chain of nucleotide. Here one chain is there, here another chain is there. These two chains are connected with the help of these bonds. And DNA is the most important genetic material of all higher animals, which store and transfer the genetic information from parents to offspring. Genetic information stored in this DNA in the coded form. What do you mean by code? That means sequence of these nitrogen bases. If there is adenine, guanine, here thymine, then guanine, sequence of 3 nitrogen bases called as single codon. Okay, and like this way, the sequence of all the codons determines the type of DNA. In this world, each and every organism has different DNA. Therefore, you are a unique model because your DNA is different from another. That's why DNA fingerprinting test is the last confirmatory test. Okay? Therefore, DNA plays important role in the determination of the characteristic of each and every organism. Each and every organism on this world is made up of different DNA. Why? Nature produces, variations in the organism. Due to that variations, these organisms are continually produced or reproduced or sustained on this earth. Therefore, variations are required. Chromosomes are mainly made up of nucleic acids and proteins. Next, in 1935, that produced a model of the DNA molecule. Watson and Crick. Watson and Crick shows the double helical structure of DNA. That means two helix are there, and these two helix are connected with these weak hydrogen bonds. Okay. Next, the nitrogenous bases adenine and guanine are called as purines. And tell me the pyrimids: thymine and cytosine. Adenine, guanine, purines, and pyrimids are thymine and cytosine. That are said to be the functional units of heredity. Yes. Very good. That means the pair of genes responsible for the visible characteristics. Yes. Pairs of genes responsible for the visible characteristics. Genotype. Chromosomes in women are represented as that and in men as, yes, chromosomes in the women XX and XY. Just XX and XY. That is described as a trisomy of 21st chromosome. The syndrome or abnormality is called as trisomy of 21st chromosome. That means 21st chromosomes. Yes. Turner syndrome or Down syndrome. Turner syndrome. Down syndrome. Down syndrome. Down syndrome. 21st number of chromosomes. Tell me the number of chromosomes. X. Yes. X and 1. Trisomy. Okay. Just a minute. 21st number of chromosome. That is autosome. Here, how many pairs are there? 23. Out of these autosomes pairs are 21. And 21 pair, that is autosome number 1 is extra. Therefore, that is a, yes, trisomy. Called as trisomy. And it is responsible for Down syndrome. Tell me any one of you symptoms of Down syndrome. Yes. What are the symptoms of Down syndrome? Know anyone? Yes. Correct. Next. That disorders are inherited from the mother only. Yes, which type of disorder inherited from mother only? Yes, anyone of you? Which type of disorder are inherited from the mother only? Phenotypic or mitochondrial? Yes, mitochondrial disorder transferred from mother only. Next, Hutchinson's disease, albinisms are called the bi-dash disorder. Yes, monogenic or polygenic? Monogenic. What is it by monogenic? Albinism. What is it by albinism? Pure white skin. There is no melanin secretion in the skin. No black skin. Only white. All hairs are white. Eyelashes are white. Hairs are white. Skin is white because of absence of melanin pigment. And this is due to monogenic disorder. Single gene is responsible. Therefore, it is a monogenic. What is my poly? Poly means many. Many genes when determines a single character, that is polygenic, and when single gene determines the character, that is